wear gear when I ride, so I'm like, I need a jacket, I need pants, because at the time, I didn't have riding pants, and so I was like, I need a summer riding jacket that has ventilation in it because it was like 90-degree weather and I'm dying. And so this one day, because I knew I was going to go up and get a jacket, we went to Denver. It was one of my friends, who I'm still friends with now and still ride with now, and then ZX6R guy.
Okay.
So it was the three of us. And so we went up to Denver. I did not wear I was minimal gear. When I say minimal gear, I was wearing, the only gear I was wearing was my gloves and a helmet. Like, I was raw dogging that ride. Because I was like, I'm not gonna wear my Alpine Star or my Icon jacket because I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna buy a jacket and I'm gonna wear it down.
Wear it back down, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I wanna ride up there super light because where am I gonna put it if I get a secondary jacket? Like, I can't fit it in my backpack, so like, yeah. And so I went up there. I ended up finding a jacket at Revit, but they didn't have my size. They had to order it, which means that it was gonna get shipped to my house. So then I'm like, ugh, didn't like that, but I was like, it'll be fine. Nothing's gonna happen. So we're coming back from Denver, and that's when I got into my accident where we were on I-25, and this truck driver was like, I don't know, he was like riding my other buddy's ass, like rear tire, and we had our cardos connected, and I was like, hey dude, make sure you watch out for that truck. He's like about to kiss your tire. And he's like, yeah, I know, I see him. He's a fucking asshole, blah, 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 you know, talking shit and everything. And so the guy pops out from behind him and zooms around and cuts in front. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, like, let him go.
Yeah.
We're just like chilling. And so we're coming down I-25. I hop into the far left lane, which is the passing lane, southbound. And we're over by like the Denver football stadium, Denver Broncos stadium. Yep. And so next thing you know, we're just kind of like cruising it, and then this dude just fucking brake checks us real hard, almost a dead stop. My buddy goes left to kind of go off to the shoulder and around. I, once again, super green, don't have the experience. I try to progressive stop. I go to try to like split the lane to go into the middle. I overshot it, but I had progressive stop too hard that I came to a dead stop. And I was in like 5th gear. And so then the bike would not restart because I was in 5th gear. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to drop it down. Meanwhile, we've got traffic going. I overshot. I'm not in the middle. I'm a sitting duck. So I'm like, fuck, trying to downshift, also trying to back up the thing, my bike. And like, the ZX6R guy was in the lane. He had stopped traffic because we had come to almost a dead stop. So he was like, oh my God, because I'm sitting there, he's sitting there, and he's watching me. My buddy's like, doesn't see shit. Next thing you know, it was a Maverick gasoline tanker just right into the side of me, into my gas tank and into my leg, and just it drags me from the front of the 18-wheeler all the way to the rear. And I just remember thinking like, I saw the tanker coming, and I looked at him, he looked at me, and I said fuck, and he said fuck, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is how I die. And then I thought, how bad is this gonna hurt right now? And I just remember closing my eyes and just getting pummeled by this tanker, and I just remember going, ow, 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 because it hurt, but I don't remember it I don't remember the pain vividly. Yep. Because I think my body went into immediate shock.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, while I'm getting, just beat the fuck up, like, don't keep your bike upright. Whatever you do, keep your bike upright. Because if you go down, you're going to get sucked underneath this tire and you are not coming out. And so, like, next thing you know, I don't even remember knowing when to get off the bike. I just remember everything being quiet. And then I don't remember this, but apparently I slid off the side of the bike. And I remember taking 2 steps, and the ZX6R guy was like, bro, are you good? And I said, nah, dude, I'm going into shock. Like, you need to call EMS. Like, I'm not okay. And at this point, my ears are ringing. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I feel like I'm gonna pass the fuck out. I feel like I'm going down. And then my leg just all of a sudden just feels like it's on fucking fire. And I'm like, I need to, so I like kind of just like hubble over, and I just, as far as I can get, and I just hit the ground. So I'm laying on I-25, trying to calm my breathing because I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And they tell you don't take off your helmet, but I was like, I'm not throwing up in this helmet and gonna be like choking on my vomit, and that's where they find me. So I like took off my helmet, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, they're all like asking me questions, like ZX6R guys asking me questions like, oh, she wants to know what you're in pain, what you're doing this. And I was like, dude, respectfully, I'm just trying to focus on breathing right now. My leg hurts. Just tell them to send the ambulance. I'm conscious. I am not bleeding. I don't know if anything's broken, but I need to focus on not passing the fuck out right now. And so meanwhile, my other friend that didn't see me get hit, but he heard me because he poor guy. He heard me go, ow, ow, ow. And then me go, we heard fuck, 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 ow, ow, ow. And then me go, because like my leg was on fire, where I just start screaming. And he didn't know, he starts looking underneath the truck because he doesn't see me on the bike. So he's thinking I got knocked off and I was like dragged underneath the 18-wheeler. So he's like freaking out thinking that I'm dead. I'm underneath there somewhere. And then he's like, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And then ZX6R guy's like, she's over here. She's over here. And he's like, oh my God. Poor guy. Yeah. And so like, EMS shows up. They like cut my pants off. So I'm hanging out with my coochie out 925. Totally cool. So that whole incident happened. So I go to the hospital because I couldn't walk. Like I had no feeling in the lower half of my body. I thought for sure like I must have shattered my femur or done something to my spine. So they gave me the full workup, all that stuff. And they, nothing. I didn't break anything. Didn't tear anything. I literally just had a massive hematoma. The size, I don't even know. Like,
she still has it.
I still do. It's still baby. It's still baby
hematoma. Little baby. Yeah,
little baby hematoma over here. But like, and that's going to take time because this happened like 6 months ago. And so like, that's going to still take some time to heal. And, but yeah, so I was just happy. I had to like slowly start to, as my body starts to heal, I had to walk on crutches and all that so I can get my movement back in my legs and feeling and all that kind of stuff, because they were like, well, everything's right, so we don't understand why you're not like able to move your legs. And it's like, I just think it was just the massive swelling and the fluid retention was just putting so much pressure. Yeah. So while that happened, after I got hit by the, after it happened, when they were taking me to the hospital, of course, I did not have the group that I was in for Live 360 did not have gold at the time. So what that means is that crash detection did not go off for me because of that. It doesn't go off. That's the only thing I don't like about the crash detection on Live 360 is that you have to be going 30 miles or higher and it come to a dead stop. So in my incident with the I-25, I was already at a dead stop.
Stopped, yeah. So
of course it didn't detect, crash detection didn't go off. Right. So the ZX6R guy and my other mutual friend had alerted people. Well, I had called because one of my friends was like, who do you want me to call for you? And I said, don't call my parents. Don't call them. Because I was like, I'm not.
Anybody but them.
No. I was like, my poor mother. I was like, I will call her, but not right now. I said, I need you, because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, they're going to have to like take my, like, I'm going to have to get someone to come get my bike. So I said, hey, call D. D will, because D knows like everybody in the community. And I said, call D. And then so they call him. I talked to him, and he's so funny because he picks up and he's like trying to fuck with me. I think he was like, he did the whole housekeeping, you like fluffy towel? Like as soon as he answered, and I was like, bro, not the time right now. I just got hit on I-25. And he goes, what? Where are you? And I'm like, and I told him, and I think he thought that I was in the Springs. And then he's like, where am I? I'm on I-25 over, because he's just, I'm panic mode, like, where do I mean? Yeah. And I was like, so then they wouldn't even let him take my bike or anything like that. They had, because it was an investigation. They had to impound my bike for the investigation and all that. So, But so they had let people in the community know, and so I knew that T had known that I had gotten to the accident, and so once again goes back to the whole. I care about you. I want to be with you. Like I even as a friend, and I just want to be here for you. But you know I got hit on the interstate. You didn't call. You didn't text. Smoke signal emoji. Not a fuck you. Nothing. So then don't tell me that you care about me as a friend when you can't even do bare minimum friend shit. Like that's what's crazy is that you didn't say a thing to me. But then you're going to be like, oh, I care about you as a person, as a friend. No, you fucking don't. Because if I found out somebody that I cared about and who I was friends with was hit on the interstate on their motorcycle, I don't care what I was doing, who I was with. I'd be like, location now, going now. Let's go, full send. Like, I get the fuck out my way. That's how I show up for people I care about. And so he had sent me a text message that was like later on. It was like that night, that evening, and he pretty much like was like, oh well, I think we just need to clear some things up, and then like, I still have all the receipts too. I have like the text messages because I called him when I was finally settled in the hospital, and after I had talked to I called my mom and I had to do all that thing. To my mom was like, hey, she was like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, don't freak out, okay? She's
like, hey, don't freak out.
Don't freak out. She's like, what? And I said, so I was in an accident. Oh my gosh, are you okay? And I was like, I was hit by an 18-wheeler. Oh my God. I said, don't freak out. And so, so after everything was settled, I had made a phone call to him. Mm-hmm. But I was like, my thing with phone calls, I told one of my buddies, I said, I need you to record this because I keep receipts because people like to switch up on me all the time. And so I called him and I was like, and I have the recording still. Ooh. I keep my receipts for years, yo, so don't come at me sideways with some shit. That shit's on the cloud, okay?
Yeah, that's forever.
That's forever. So I called him and pretty much essentially, because he had sent me, so I called him because he had sent me what to me sounded like a ChatGPT message. Okay. Because I don't even think he tried to hide it because there was those dashes in it, that ChatGPT, you know what I'm talking about? Yep. And so I was like, you don't talk like this. You don't text like this. This is a chat.
Oh, you called him out.
Oh, fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah, I did. Oh, so fuck. I was like, you don't talk like this. You don't like, what do you mean? And the message made it just was like, it was very like, the way it was written was like, you can tell. He was like, how do ChatGPT help me write a message that sounds empathetic and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's not how you talk. Like, you think I'm new here? Like, no. So I called him and I had my friend record it because I was like, receipts. And I pretty much told him, I was like, you're not going to tell me that you care about me as a friend and then you're going to give me fucking bare minimum. Oh, and then the whole time, when he answered the phone, you could hear a girl in the background. And he's like, hold on. Hold on. And you can hear him get up and like walk out of the room to like a different room or different area. And then he's like, I'm sitting there like being like, you know, you didn't fucking like care. You didn't show up for me. Like, how are you going to say that you care about me as a friend when you're not even a fucking good friend? Like, you're
a waste of space.
You're not even fucking like... You're not even trying to be a decent human and friend to me.
No.
And he was just like, yeah, you're right. It was like, it felt very rushed. Like he was like, to get you off the phone. To get me off the phone, to go back to doing whatever he was doing. Because I'm sure now whoever he was with was going to be like, who was that? Why is she calling you? You know what I mean? And so I was like, type shit. And so like, I pretty much told him to fucking fuck off at that point. Because I was like, dude, don't play that shit. Nope. Like I'm at the point after that had happened where I was like, I don't have any animosity or hate towards him. I just don't fuck with him like that. And it's like, clearly we are not good friends. Like, we are acquaintances and we will stay acquaintances. You stay over there and I will do my own thing over here, and don't ever try to like be in my DMs again. Right. Well, and then shortly after that, I found out that I don't know if it's the same girl or who, but he started dating his current girlfriend he's still with now I believe, I don't know, I don't keep track of him, but he was dating a girl, and that's his current girlfriend. But I found out through the grapevine that he was talking to her the same time he was trying to talk to me. I don't know if she knew that. I don't know if she knows that, but it was
Probably
the
not.
same. Like, girl, when he wasn't with you, he was trying to be with me, but I didn't want to be with him. So, like, have fun with that. But I mean, like,
Yeah. Ugh.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's-
And so, so that had happened, and then of course ZXXR is just cheek to cheek smile because he's like
aha.
he's literally
Yeah,
where
dude,
he's like,
like,
dude's a douchebag. I'm in.
I'm winning.
Yeah, and I was like, I looked at him and I was just like, no, sir.
just no.
I'm just like, he's like relishing it. And he's like,
yeah,
so
he's like, so I win now, right? Like,
so like, you're my girlfriend now?
like,
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? That is crazy.
Oh shit. Oh
It's just-
fuck. Oh.
So I get out of the hospital and I'm like, ugh, with that. And then I can't. My parents and my family and everybody was out of town, so I had, and keep in mind, I have a limited mobility. I can't bend down. I have to use crutches. I can't drive anywhere. So I am like, I don't have anywhere to go.
Mhm.
I can't go home because my house has a flight of stairs for me to get to my bedroom. And even then, it's
Fuck.
like, if I drop something, I'm SOL. I'm
Yeah,
like,
your shit out. Well, I guess that's staying there.
I'm like, this is what geriatrics must feel like.
Dude, yeah, man. Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
need someone give me a life alert.
Yeah, life alert.
I've
I've fallen. I can't get up.
So ZXXR, of course, sees this moment, and he's like, "Well, you can stay with me," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh, I have options." And like,
Fuck.
so we end up staying at his house, and of course, he's he's helpful. He was nice about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, helping me get up and all that kind of stuff. And so it takes me. I got relatively most of my movement back really quickly within the first week, and then the second week, the day I got out of the hospital, though, I went and I bought my brand new motorcycle because I am crazy down that. I was laid up in the hospital bed like this, like sitting there, and I was like looking at
on
bikes,
Google, looking at shit. Oh my
what's
god.
up? And I was like, and I like know the lady or at the time the financial aid or the finance person at Rocky Mountain Cycle Plaza. Because me and her wife go way back. And so I was like, I walk in there and she goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, picking up my bike. And she goes, "What?" I'm just like, and she says, "Oh my God, my wife is going to kill me." So then she calls her wife and then she's like, "Were you just in the hospital? I just saw your Facebook post." And I was like, so anyways, so then I had, so I went with my mutual friends to get it, and ZXXR, my other mutual friend, and then ZXXR guy rode my bike back to our mutual friend's garage, where I parked my bike there, and he's like, "Oh, well, do you want me to take it to your house?" I said, "We are not taking. I just got in an accident. You think that my mother wouldn't kill me if I show up the day I got out of the hospital?"
That bike.
Because I upgraded too. I got a 650. I went from a 400 to a 650. And I was like, my mother is going to kill me. So I was like, we got to ease her into this. So I got to hide it at your garage until, like, I can, like, ease her into me, like, being like, I'm still riding. Sorry. And so, anyway, so I was like, let it simmer. Let the traumatic thing that just happened to me just simmer so she doesn't freak out and, like, have a full-on brain aneurysm, okay? So I, at this point, was like, okay, cool. So got the bike, and then I was staying at ZX6R's house, and like I started getting movement back, and it was still going to my therapy appointments, and my therapist was like, "Hey, so like before this is like 2 weeks out from my first accident, she's like, before you start riding again, I think it'd be wise." Excuse me, I keep burping. So
Like you didn't just belch in my ear on the car ride back yesterday either.
Dude, that shit was a 10 though.
Dude, she had some guttural belches.
That shit was, I could feel it in my...
Like she was like opening a Knock Loose song or some shit. Like just straight guttural belch.
Look, it's the carbonation, okay? I am the most delicate flower in all the land.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I am the most delicate flower in all the lands.
Whatever you tell yourself, I guess.
My therapist said, hey, maybe you shouldn't just jump on a motorcycle after going through a traumatic event like that.
Sure.
And I'm like, think I'm good. She's like, she's like, just check your nervous system, okay? Like, why don't you try backpacking and see if that triggers anything, any of those emotions come up. She's like, sometimes your trauma response, your nervous system kind of lags, and then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, you might be like, oh my God, I almost died, and it kind of like, your body will respond. So you just don't want to have that reaction while you're on the bike, and then because my therapist rides. She rides as well. And so she's like, you just don't want to have that reaction while you're,
That's literally what they tell, like, soldiers when they come back from deployment. Like, there's a whole 30-day, like, decompression period, and you get evaluated every day. And that's literally one of the things. It's like, if you go, like, you got into a firefight, you got blown up, whatever, the response isn't right away. It could be, like, 2-3 months down the road, and people crash the fuck out. That's, like, the same exact thing we get told when we come back from a deployment.
It's all that trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma sits in your nervous system and randomly wants to manifest.
Yeah, because everybody responds to trauma differently. Yeah. Some people crashed out right the fuck because like, oh, I'm home, I can finally crash the fuck out. But some people are like, oh, I'm fine, and then 2-3 months later, they'll go buy a bike, fly the fuck down 25 at 140 and die.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Happen all the time at Fort Hood, Texas.
That's crazy.
Because there's no cold period, so like riding all year round. We got back. Literally on my birthday, February 18th, I literally had a dude. I went to AIT with him, fucking basic training, all that. We literally were on the same bus from Phoenix, Arizona to Fort Hood, deployed together, went through the same bullshit. We experienced the same shit. Yep. He bought a bike like 4 or 5 months after we got back, fucking flew down I-10 going to Austin, didn't even fucking make it because he was going 150. Woo. He got like the speed wobbles, and again,
oh, the death wobble?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was, same thing, green. He the first thing he did, got his license. I don't even think he knew what an endorsement was, but I'm like, oh, did you endorse? He's like, what's that? I'm like, oh, okay, well, never mind then. Answers that question. But yeah, he didn't, we saw him on the news.
Damn.
He got the death wobbles because I guess he was going 140, 150, and then he whiskey throttled to try to stop, but he got mixed up and went even faster. Yep, and his whole ground beef up on I-10 didn't even make it to... And Austin's only like 45 minutes away. It's like from here to Denver.
He was trying to make it in 15 then.
Yeah, yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, so my therapist is like, you should backpack though. She's like, just to check your nervous system. And I was like, fine. Let me do the healthy thing. And so of course, like, because everyone was like, why were you backpacking? And I was like, because my therapist told me to. And I'm like, don't you have your own bike?
Yeah.
Like, why are you concerned with where I lay my ass out at night? That's right, or in general. Like, if I want my ass to be on someone's back of their seat, then don't worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But anyways, I was like, yeah. So ZX6R guy, he was like, well, you can backpack, I'll backpack you to like, help you check your nervous system. And I was like, I knew in retrospect, like, that's a bad idea. But I still like was like, let me just do it just to get it over with, so I can like,
see how it is, and then
yeah. So
I had check one too.
I had backpacked with him, I think, twice before that, and it was fine. And then that night, so ZX6R guy like was like, once again backing it up to like, he really like was like all smitten with me. When I got into my first accident, we were in the hospital, and he was like, you don't have to stay. And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay with you. I don't want you to be alone. I'm like, I'm not. I have medical staff here. Like, I'm not really.
Just completely swerved the intention out of the.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, Matrix fucking Neo that shit.
Because I was like, dude's 10 years younger than me. He's 24 years old. I'm 34 years old with divorced with 3 kids. Like, I'm not like, sir. I like being alone, honestly. But I mean, I get it. So I didn't really fight it. I was just like, okay, whatever. If you want to stay, you're staying on your own volition. Like,
Sure.
that's,
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
And so he stayed, and then he was like, he looks at me and he goes, I love you. And I was like, I literally looked at him like that. I go,
He Ted Mosby'd you?
I was like,
He Ted Mosby'd her.
he like reaches over, grabs my hand. I'm in the bed. I'm just like chilling, just like big chilling, like.
Yeah,
And he just like grabs my hand. He's like,
oh, he
he goes, I love you. And I'm like, and I go, and this is my face. I go, and I said, are you sure it's not a trauma response? Because you did almost just see me die.
Right, yeah. Like, are we still
like,
in
are we
shock?
in shock? Are you in shock?
Are
you good?
Yeah, are you good? Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I was like, are you good? I'm good. Are you okay? Because that's a wild ass like statement to me.
That's crazy. And like, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
I was
just like you're chilling, and he's just like, I love you.
It was so aggressive. It was more like a, like a, like caressing, like.
Oh my.
And I'm just like. I'm sitting
I'd
there
have been
like,
what?
what is happening? Literally, I'm like.
Oh, I think he trauma responded
hard. That's what I said. I said, I think you're having a trauma response to almost seeing me die.
Yes.
And you're like manifesting that as like you're feeling something for me.
Right. Yeah. It's just
because you don't know anything about me to like say that you love me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is crazy.
I'm like, what is happening?
So yeah, so like that happened in the hospital, and that was weird. And then we got out, and so when I was doing that 2.5, 3 week recovery period, when I was staying with him, because he was helping me, with my mobility and I was trying to get my independence back. But it was like, the more things I try to do for myself, the more he was like, no, let me do it. And I'm like, I am fully capable, and I need to do these things so I can get my strength back and be able to be back to 100% functional. Like, I get that, like, it almost started giving me that whole, like, Munchausen syndrome. Like, you want me to be hurt,
like,
so I depend on you, so I don't, like, get up and walk out your life. Because, like, he's telling me, I love you. And I'm like, I think you're just trauma responding. He's like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, the faster I get better, the faster I get the fuck away.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need energy drinks for? You need the energy to run out of my life. Like, the fuck?
Swear to God, if anyone ever tells me that, I swear. Actually, no. I'm gonna use that shit.
It's a meme. Yeah, it's a meme. Yeah. Yeah. What do you need energy drinks for? To get the energy to run out of my life. Like.
I'm gonna be that weirdo at the gym. I'm gonna go use that line on one of the guys, one of the gym bros. I'm gonna they're gonna be like smashing a C4, and I'm gonna be like, what do you need that for? They're just gonna run out of my life.
You stupid.
What? You're gonna tell me that if a girl approached you at the gym and said it to you, you wouldn't be like slightly flattered?
I'd be like,
Like knowing you'd be like this.
Me? Wait, me? That him? It's like me? The fuck?
So I ended up backpacking with him, and
oh, speaking of, I still have my rain in the refrigerator.
So we backpacked with him, and then that night we had gotten into like he has been telling me like, yo, I love you, all this stuff. And so, like, I had been, like, very much like, I'm not there. I'm not that place. So this brings us up to, like, about 4th of July. And so 4th of July, we all, like, are he has friends that he's staying at. Like, he's a roommate. He has friends that also ride. So he's one out of 3 guys that live in this house. Mm-hmm. And so I'm there, staying there while I'm recovering. And he is, like, pretty much, like, we're all going to have, like, a 4th of July thing at the house. Low-key, super chill, not a big deal. My buddy, one of our mutual friends, him and his girlfriend come over, and so his girlfriend has his friend who's one of her best friends, very attractive man. And we were making comments. She was telling me about him. Like, she had talked about him before and stuff like that. But she's like, talking about friendships and guys and all that kind of stuff. Because I was explaining the situation with T to her and all that stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, like, me and his name, I'll call him M. Me and M, like, we've been friends for so long, since, like, college. And we're just friends. Like, there's not, like, anything sexual there. Like, we were talking about, like, having male friends and it being totally like what was it, polyamory? That's not the right word. What's that?
Know what she's into, I guess.
No.
No. Based off of yesterday's episode.
We'll get into that while we're very it's not like sexual, it's not like you can be friends with somebody and from a different gender and it's completely just innocent.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, she's like, I would never, she made the comment, she's like, I would never fuck him. And I was like, you wouldn't, but I would. You know what I mean? It was girl talk in the kitchen because I was making tacos. So I was like, you don't need to fuck him, I'll fuck him for you. Well, I guess ZX6R heard that shit and he was like,
no! Oh, no. Oh, you got booty tickled.
So booty tickled.
Oh.
So booty tickled to the point where, like, he started slamming doors and shit and, like, yeah.
Oh, he's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Full on tantrum. He got mad. He was like, that's so disrespectful to me. And I'm like, we're not together, so how am I disrespecting anything? I'm trying to get disrespected by him in the bedroom, sir.
Borderline DV in the bedroom.
Yeah, borderline is key word here. So I'm just over here like, what? Like, you gaslit yourself into thinking that me and you were going to be a thing. Like, it was never going to be a thing. And he's like, I'm in love with you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's crazy. And he's like, nah, like all this shit. And he would like crash out and like cry, and it was this whole thing. So that night.
At this gathering, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Dude, so he had crashed out a couple days before that.
Like, in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's
doing the entire. This.
With everybody there, he's doing this. I don't understand. Here's the thing, like, and that talk about like that girl with the total. You are in front of people. Do people these days not have shame?
No, they don't. They don't give a fuck.
Like, we are just going to fully throw a pre-workout at an employee, or we are totally just going to throw
slam doors, freak the fuck out.
In front of other grown adults. Like, I don't understand the mentality where people are just like,
they have zero emotional regulation is what it is. Is that people get upset and they can't regulate their emotions.
Well, and people like to make the comment, well, who raised you? Like, who raised these people that it's like it is okay to act like that?
But that's exactly like why they act like that, is because they were raised in a home where like nobody held them accountable for any of that. They were never held accountable for the things that come out their mouth and the way they act and all that kind of stuff. And it's all like their family and parents, or if they have a relationship with their parents, usually 9 times out of 10 enable them to act like that. And I firmly believe, because I've been in an abusive relationship, and I'm sure at some point we'll get to that, how hard you slam that door is how hard you want to hit me. Because the fact...
Yes. Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because the fact of the matter is, like, he came in the room and he was upset, and I'm like...
And that's exactly why I made that comment about that chick's boyfriend that was just so nice, and I told her to her face, like, you beat that man with how comfortable you were with assaulting me with pre-workout. Yeah, and some people they're so comfortable being physical so fast. Like, I get upset, and I think I get it, because I think some people get kind of like weary when I like, because in general, I talk with my hands a lot. I'm sure like you guys have seen, like, when I talk, I'm like, clearly we've been whole episode
throwing up gang signs over here, like But like that's kind of normal for me when I talk. I'm very expressive, and I do talk with my hands a lot. Where I'm like da 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 da. Even when I'm happy, I'm like.
Right. Yeah. Like. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that people that don't know me well, when I'm like, even when I'm arguing, I do like I talk with my hands. And I think it makes people who have been in an abusive situation nervous. So I try to be mindful of that because I was in an abusive situation before too. So I can see how this whole thing, like doing all this,
Right.
can make people go because
Right.
they're like trauma response and their body's like don't what. And
Right.
I'm like I'm not that person. I'm not gonna do that. So I try to be mindful of that. But like yeah, dude was like, came in the room, was like yelling at me and like slamming shit. Like, I'm just sitting there like, what is happening?
Right.
Like, and I can literally, like, I'm sitting there and I can feel my nervous system being triggered in real time where I'm like, we are done here.
Yeah, right.
We are
right.
absolutely
this is
fucking
it.
done here.
Yep.
I don't have anything to fucking say because we are done here.
Yep.
And so I had my I went and took my car and we went to my one of my mutual friends at the time. She was trying to learn how to ride, and so she was like, well, because she was having trouble rev matching, and so I told her, I was like, well, I need to hear it to see if you're doing it. So I told her I'd let her borrow my 650. So we went over to like where my bike was, and to my other mutual friend's garage, and we were gonna like work on rev matching that night because I was like, well, I'm not ready to go home, but like I don't want to be in this situation. So like we're leaving. Like I'm leaving, and I'm gonna go. And then there was a whole other argument that happened between her and her boyfriend. I don't know. It's just like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna go worry about me. And so we leave, go do that whole situation. And we're in the garage, and we had ordered pizza. This is the day after 4th of July. And so we had ordered pizza, so we're just hanging out in the garage. And then ZX6R guy shows up. He's like, can we just like talk and da-da-da? And I'm like, it's like, look, I don't have... Once again, this is what I was talking about yesterday. I said the problem with me and the thing that I am working on currently is that I give people sometimes too much space. Like I give people space when I hear them out. Like, okay, let me give them this space in this room to hear out what they have to say, and I try to be like, very understanding, and sometimes, most of the time, it bites me in the ass because then what happens is I'm almost too understanding to where like, okay, I understand where you're coming from.
To where it becomes justifiable.
Yeah, where I get, and this is why everyone says that I'm a pushover because they're like, it's not that you don't have boundaries, it's that you let people convince you that it's going to be different and that they're going to do this and do that, and they've already shown you who they are, and you just like, well, maybe.
Though I'm going to say, though, don't let that misconstrue even just giving people grace, though. There's a huge difference between giving somebody grace and giving somebody an undeserved second chance.
Right.
So give yourself kind of that.
And that's where it's kind of like there's this like blurred line of like giving grace and giving people second chances, because it's like for me it's like I need to like make sense of everything, and I have to like I want to hear people out, and I want to have that understanding, and I guess for me it's like I don't want to go through life hating a bunch of fucking random people. Like we can like agree we can agree.
Two very different people, because I'll fuck you. Don't talk.
Well, I cut people out of my life. I cut people out of my life. But
we are two very different people.
I mean, I don't have a problem cutting people out of my life and being like, like you're not gonna have access to me anymore.
I told you. Yeah, I'm like.
I'll be like, Mike, this is a situation.
I'm like,
and
no.
he's like, no, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck him.
Fuck
that person. He's like, I was like, am I getting gaslit? Yes,
like,
the fuck you are.
Fuck you are. Yes.
I'm like, okay.
I was like, yeah, fuck that.
So, anyways, we talked about it, whatever, and I was just like, he's like, well, I was like, well, I'm gonna go like teach her how to rev match. He goes, well, I'm just gonna take my car, and he's like, well, why don't you just backpack with me? This like, this is, like, where I, like, completely ignored my nervous system because my body was like, don't do it. Don't do it. You just saw what happened at the house. He was slamming doors, throwing a temper tantrum. He's been fucking crashing the fuck out every 3 days for the last month. Like, why? Why are you going to do that? And I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. It's fine. Like, he's not, like, what's going to happen? We're literally going down the street. Like, it's cool. And so... on the back of his bike, we go down and around, and like him and the other guy are like taking off and cutting up, and I'm on the back seat of the ZX6R, and I'm like smacking him. I'm like, you need to slow down because she's on my bike. She's super fucking green. I don't have insurance on that bike yet because it's like it's fresh out the dealership, like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't need her going down on that thing. So like, I need you to like slow. I was like, slow the fuck down. He's like, what? I'm like, bro, like, I stop. Like, you're like, I'm not like the way he would ride his ZX6R, it was like super like torquey. Mm-hmm. So like when he would like downshift to come to a stop, it was like you could feel the shift and it's like, I'm like, oh my god, bruh. And so I'm trying to hold on to the gas tank. Anyways, at one point we make a U-E. And this guy, he's trying to learn how to do wheelies and pop wheelies and shit like that. I'm not gonna accuse anybody of anything, but if you know anything about motorcycles, I'm just gonna say this. Next thing you know, I hear a downshift and the throttle roll on. And then next thing you know, I see the rear fucking seat. And I am just like stunned. And I think first thing I thought, my mother's going to kill me. My mother is literally going to murder me. That's my first thought, is my mother is never letting me out the house again. Lock me in the basement. Funny. So I look up and I see the back seat, rear seat, and I go, and then the second thing was, oh my god, your hair is going to get, because I've seen those videos where like girls get their hair sucked underneath.
Yep.
Because I don't ever ride my hair down. It's usually like in a braid, but I'm still like, my luck, I'll get the one like
the one time, right?
So I look at the thing and I go, oh fuck! So I managed to get my hands underneath the seat and I push like this backwards, and I just eat Woodman with my ass. Like, and I mean, it was boom, lights out. I don't remember anything else. I just remember waking up to some guy being like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, my adrenaline kicked in like that. I popped up. I was trying to sit up and I couldn't sit up. I couldn't get up on my own, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm fine." Adrenaline. I'm like thinking, "Oh fuck, here we go again," because my ears start ringing. I start getting nauseous. Oh my god, my body's going into a trauma response again. And so I had my phone and the other person it was all in the backpack because I had his LED backpack on. He had one of those nylon gear LED backpacks that light up. And so everything was on me. And so when I ate it, Light 360 crash detection went off. So the EMS was there in like 3 or 4 minutes. And they were there pretty quick. But I was out cold. I took a nap. I was like, it wasn't like that though. It was more like my helmet. The helmet I was wearing was destroyed, and then I was wearing the brand new Revit jacket that I had just gotten in the mail that week from when I got into my first accident. Completely destroyed. I mean, it did its job. It did its job. So it was a $300 jacket I got to wear
one time.
Like 2 times. And I was like,
Jesus.
And so, and then of course EMS shows up and like, oh, you should go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not taking that ambulance ride. Because in Colorado Springs, it is a private company if you take an ambulance ride. Versus Denver, their ambulance company, it's not even a company, it's through Denver Health. Mm-hmm. So it's included with the hospital.
Yep.
So I was like, knowing that, I was like, nope.
And it's not cheap here either.
No,
it's like
not.
an $1,800, $2,000 ride.
Because it's third party, most insurance companies
don't cover it either. Yep.
Nope,
so you're paying that out of pocket.
Yeah. Unless you have like Medicaid.
Yep.
Or Medicare.
Or VA benefit.
Or VA. Private insurance is like, fuck
you.
So.
Yep.
So then I was just like, it's fine. And then my friend's like, dude, your whole ass is hanging out. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
So then he's all like, I was like, everyone starts showing up because Live 360 went off. So everyone's like showing the fuck up, being like, oh my God.
And she had a giant chunk out of her ass.
And my knee. It was my knee and my fucking ass that were like gone. Gone.
She sent me both pictures. I'm like, oh my, yeah.
Well, and the thing about that is like, I didn't even.
Anyways, sorry, I had to make that man comment because I had the privilege of seeing it. But it was like the fucking gravel ate her shit.
Yeah.
Especially out her knee. To me, her knee was way worse.
Yeah, it was.
Than what had happened on her ass, but just a chunk. Like somebody literally grabbed her knee and just like toy clawed a chunk out of her knee. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing about my ass, I didn't know that I had eaten Woodman with my ass until I got,
Yeah, how did you land that? So it was like straight, and then you tumbled, or?
So when you're on the motorcycle, like, you're like, your legs are like, wrapped around, they got the pegs, and so when I got yeeted off the back of the bike, I literally just like stayed in that position with like your legs
shut up.
And that's why it happens so fast that you stay in that position and you're just like yeet, and it's just straight tailbone ass on the concrete.
Did you break your tailbone?
Yeah, I fractured my tailbone.
Oh my
So the next day I went to the hospital because I could not. Okay, so we went back. So I told EMS no. I went back to our mutual friend's house. I was like, I can't go home. So I went to a mutual friend's house.
Can't go home because my mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah, my mom's gonna kill me. Because I was like, I can't even walk. Like my back hurt, my tailbone, like my legs. I was like, I'm fucked up. And then I didn't want to go straight to the hospital either because I was like, no, I'm sure it's just I'm just sore. I'm just sore from hitting the ground really hard.
Gaslighting yourself after that is crazy.
I don't want to be a victim again. I don't want you. That's what it is. I don't want it. And so I went to sleep. I popped some ibuprofen, and I was like, before I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep, pop some ibuprofen, and if I feel worse, I'll go to the hospital in the morning. So I go to get in the shower because I was like, I'm gonna try to like get this dirt and rocks out of my knee and stuff like that.
I know that hurt.
That wasn't that bad. It was when I got undressed and I'm taking off my pants, and then I realized that my underwear had melted to my ass crack.
Oh my God.
I was like, there's no way. Because I was like trying to take off my underwear and it was stuck. And I was like, are we dead ass right now? And so then I'm in the bathroom looking in the mirror and I'm like trying to like, but I can't like turn all the way because I didn't know I had fractured my tailbone. So my spine was like, we're not doing that. Yeah. And so I'm over here like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh my God. Because then I can see the road rash and I was like, fuck. So I get in the shower, turn the hot water on, and I'm just sitting there like beaming at my ass. And I'm just like, all right, well, we're going to do this. And I'm like sitting here and I can barely lean over because my tailbone was fractured. Once again, my spine's all fucked up. And so I'm like leaning over and I'm like, alrighty. So I just start freaking peeling it off. And I'm looking and I can see the fibers that are like melted and like just like the panties had no like attachment to them. It was just all just ripped up and melted and to my ass. And I wish I would have kept the underwear. Now in retrospect, I should have kept that shit because I just think
like a trophy.
No,
like the fuck?
Like, I don't know. You guys don't see my underwear? Shit.
I mean.
And so, of course, their washcloths they had were white.
Oh no! It turned it fucking red.
It was pink. It wasn't red, but it was pink. But I had to I put I didn't do soap. I just used I got warm water with the washcloth, and I had to do that seesaw motion because I was like
motion. Yeah.
From what I had known about road rash and other people having is you have to scrub the area very well.
Yes.
Because you have to get all the rocks and the dirt and anything else, fabric, because you can cause an infection.
Yep.
So I'm over here just fucking scrubbing the fuck out of my ass.
fuck.
Because my whole thing was
my
like,
God.
I don't want to go to the hospital and have them do it, so I'm gonna do it myself.
And they would not be nice about it either.
Oh my God, I know. And that's why I was like, and then so I'm doing this shit, and I feel like I had to stop because I was like, I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna throw the fuck up and pass out because the pain is so
Immense.
excruciating.
Yep.
So then finally I get out of the shower and then I lay down and I fall asleep for maybe like a couple hours and I wake up and I'm in extreme pain. Go to the ER. And they're like, yeah, you fractured your tailbone, you hyperextended both your knees, you took a chunk, you obviously have road rash on your knees and on your ass crack, and so he went and checked it, make sure I scrubbed it really good, and he goes, yeah, you did a really good job cleaning it. And I said, thank you, I almost passed the fuck out, didn't I? I feel like I should earn life points for that one.
Yeah, for that one. Shit.
And so, yeah, so that was, kind of like where I was at with that, and got out of the hospital, and of course the ZX6R was there. Allegedly, when I was doing that in the bathroom, trying not to die, scrubbing fucking my underwear out of my thing, like people were like talking to him, asking him like what, because the cop showed up and they asked him like what happened. And he was like, oh, I don't know. His story kept changing from the get. First it was, oh, we hit a rock. And then it turned into, oh, well, we, the rear tire slid out from underneath us. And that's the story he first told me, was that the rear, because I asked him when he got back, Live 360 snitched you out. They went to fucking In-N-Out Burger, and then they came back to the house. He didn't go to Evans. So anyways, so he gets back.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
So he gets back to the house, and he's like, the rear tire slid out from us. And I'm like, and I looked at him, and I said, so help me math this math. The rear tire slid out from under us. I got launched off the back. Allegedly, because I don't remember anything, you said the bike slid, you slid. He goes, yeah. And I was like, you're wearing sweatpants and a hoodie and Jordans. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, and none of your shit scuffed, torn, or not a fucking thing. Even the fucking bike was not, I didn't have a scratch on the fucking fairing or anything. And he didn't have sliders, didn't have frame sliders or anything on, so he didn't have a cage, nothing. And his bike did not have any new scratches on it. And even the other people that we were riding with that night said the same thing. They said, that's bullshit. Because one of our mutual friends was like, I looked behind, because he's like, my cardo that day was not connected. For some reason, it would not link up to everyone else's cardo. And so one of our mutual friends says, I heard him say, I dropped her. And he's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, I turn around. He's like, I see you rolling in the street, and he's going straight. And he's like, and I freak out. I gun it, pop a UE to come around the other side. And he's like, by that time, his bike was sideways, and he was over by you in the road, in the middle of Woodman. So, because I had asked him, I said, like, I don't understand how, like, the bike slides out from underneath us, but I'm the only one that
got fucked up.
Got my shit tossed.
Yeah.
And your bike's fine. You're fine. You had no scratches. And he's like, oh, I hurt my knee.
Dude.
So all I'm saying, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying those are the facts of the case. Like, you guys determine what you want with that. I think we can all... I mean, I know everyone that I've ever talked to about that says, like, yeah, it sounds like homie tried to pop a wheelie.
And threw
me.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I didn't have a warning, not a tap.
Nothing.
Nothing. It was just
I'm
downshift, throttle, and I was like, what?
It's like, I am now in the air.
I know, I was like, lights the fuck out. Mimi's time.
Jesus.
So, yeah, that was the second accident, and he just, like, and this story throughout the, like, the weeks had kept changing, and then he was like kind of getting like feeling a way towards me. He's like, you're lying to people about what happened. I'm like, dude, I'm not lying to nobody. All I do is tell people the facts, which is you decide for yourself. All I can tell you is that I heard a downshift and I heard the throttle roll on, and then I saw a rear seat. That's all I tell people. Throttle, downshift, throttle roll on, rear seat. So you determine by yourself what you think that was. But I didn't feel no rear tire slide. And I ride. So I'm like, I would feel the rear tire slide from underneath us. I would have felt if we had a bump. I would have, you know what I mean? So like, I'm like, you can say, and he's changed the story so many times. I've even heard the version of a story of that apparently I shifted my body weight and it threw him off. Like that, I've heard people tell me that, like, oh, well, he told me that. And I'm like, the only reason why you're getting defensive is because you know you fucked up. Just be accountable. Just be accountable for it and be like, yeah, I fucked up. And so after that had happened, like, the Temu theory the Lani lawyer, Lani theory works in, where, like, I just pretty much got done with it. I was just over it, all of it. I was just like, this dude just, like, get fucked. And so, like, I blocked him on everything. And, because I was like, not doing the drama. Like, I'm not talking shit about you. I just don't think about you. I'm indifferent.
Sure.
Like, my asshole is now on Woodman, so thank you for that. I have a forever lasting scars. I will remember you. Trust me.
No, yeah, trust me. Like,
so, yeah, I blocked him, and then he had sent me a message saying, like, we should, like, I don't want to pursue anything with you anymore. I'm like, bro, I was never trying to pursue anything with you in the first place. What do you mean? What do you mean? But I was just like, whatever. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Like, if you're the one who wants to say that you called it quits, then okay. I'll be the villain in your story. If that's what helps you sleep at night. And so he was like, I wish you nothing but the best and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this happened, and then I just like was like, don't care. Whatever, blocked him on his number because he kept calling me and texting me. So I still have him on social media. And, but I was like, okay, I'm not even going to entertain that anymore. You said what you need to say. I'm not responding to that because I don't think that needs a response because we're just going to keep going rounds and rounds and rounds. And there's not going to be there's no solution. You said what you said. Okay, I accept it. And so, we went on to, what was this, like, it was like a Friday, Saturday happened, and then by Sunday, he had blocked me from his Instagram story and collabed with me on all the videos that we had collabed together, and he had removed me off, like, TikTok and all the social media shit.
Wow.
And then I started getting messages of people being like, what is going on? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, well, he's running around saying this and that. Also, here's a picture of him and his new girlfriend. 3 days later, this dude had a fucking girlfriend, and she looked like a Temu version of me. I was like, that's crazy. That's the Lani theory. It's the Lani, what do you call that? The Lani effect.
The Lani effect. You can't get the original one, so you got to get the Great Value brand one.
The Temu version.
The Temu line.
And that's not to, like, toot my own horn. I'm dead ass. These girls, like,
beep, beep. No,
they're
beep, beep.
they're Latina, they're brunettes, they're brown eyes, nose piercing. Like, I'm like, my doppelgangers run
Spider-Man
like crazy. It is the multiverse.
Spider-Man meme.
But it's like kind of crazy how like they date somebody that looks very similar to me, and this is not the first time where I'm just like, that's wild.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, all this was happening. So that the whole thing was dissolved with T. T's like was moving on doing his own thing, and I'm like, whatever. I had this whole thing with ZX6R. After my first accident, Russia, bringing it back to Russia to close out. Russia was like, the first accident happened, and he was like, he freaked out, and he was like, why the fuck didn't anyone call me and text me? And I said, respectfully, you broke up with me, so why the fuck would you think that my friends and my family were going to contact you when you ripped my fucking heart out? Like,
or
that
even be a thought. Yeah, like why? Yeah, okay.
And then on top of that, what are you going to do? You're in fucking Russia. What are you going to do for me?
Yeah.
You can't fucking, you going to leave work and get on a fucking flight and fight 36 hours just to what? Hold my hand so they can tell me you're fine?
Yeah. Yep.
And he's like, well, you know, I just what I did, blah, 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 after the first, this was after the first accident. The second accident, he was like, you didn't even, like, call me or notify me, and I care about you, and all you care about is your social media and your followers, and I don't want to find shit out through social media. And I'm like, you're not my boyfriend. I don't owe you shit. You dumped me. I don't owe you the phone call when you're not my man. I don't owe you shit. You made that choice when you broke up with me. So even though you said to me, well, in my mind, you're my girlfriend, I didn't agree to that.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. I didn't agree to that.
Yeah.
You showed me that I couldn't depend on you, so now I'm going to do my thing and live my life, and I get that you're making efforts, but you freaking the fuck out because I'm in an accident. Do you think that's an appropriate response? To be like, oh, you just ate your ass 2 weeks after the first time, after your first accident, you just got another accident? Let me freak the fuck out on you because you're not already going through enough emotional stress and trauma, so let me just add to that. Like, that's crazy that is your... I mean, he eventually came back around and said, he apologized, and he said that his response was not appropriate. Like, he overreacted because he was upset that I was in another accident right after the first accident, and he, like, was like, I'm not there, I can't help you, I can't do anything, and I'm helpless, and I get that, and I understand that, but then it goes into the whole emotional regulation of, like, you got upset with me for not communicating with you when I don't know where the fuck you get off thinking that you have that privilege and access to me like that.
Right.
You're not my man. So, I mean, when it comes to closing out with Russia, like, after the second accident, he pretty much was like, I can't do this. I can't watch your content. I'm always going to worry about you. So, like, we are just better off just not having any communication, and dude doesn't just... That's it. It was done, and it was final, and I haven't talked to him since July. And, yeah, so I have no idea what he's doing.
And no check-ins either? Just like, hey, how you doing?
No, he is the only ex that has never stalked my shit.
Well, at least he's standing on business.
I
mean, at least... He wasn't fucking...
He wasn't joking when he said he was done. He's done, so...
But I would almost rather have that, though. Like, I would rather have that.
Look, I can respect it, and I'm like, all right, like, I walk away from it being like, I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope that, like, you find what truly is for you in this life, and you have everything that you want and dream of. Like, I don't have any hate towards him. I'm sad it didn't work out and all that shit.
Sure,
but, like, I don't have, like, he doesn't check on me, he doesn't stalk me, he doesn't look at my content, he doesn't even follow me anymore. It's like, it's almost like it just never existed. It's a fucking fever dream.
I mean, to be honest, I going back to it, I would much rather just do that.
Because it's when they fucking, like, all my other exes and situationships, all they do is, like, stalk my fucking, like, that whole meme of, like, they'll fumble you and then stalk you on the internet for the rest of your life is so true. It's so real. The number of people that have, talking situationships, talking phases, or, like, exes that still keep tabs, because my TikTok and my Instagram are public. But they will watch my story, they will like my videos, comment, my TikToks, like, all that shit, and I'm like, so you're gonna fumble the fuck out of me, but you're gonna keep tabs on me and watch my stuff consistently, but then, like, you don't want to have a conversation. Not that I care to have a conversation, but it's just weird to me that you're just, like, putting so much energy into keeping tabs on me. Like,
yeah,
it's a weird energy. I've never done that.
I
don't go over there, I'm like, I wonder what my ex is doing.
No,
like, I don't fucking care. I do not care.
No.
And when I'm done, I'm done.
That's it, yeah.
Once I walk away and I'm done, like, there's no coming back from that. Like, my silence is the answer.
That's
like,
it.
If you message me and I don't respond, then that right there is a response, and I am done. That means you are not going to get access to me like that ever again.
Mm-hmm. They're over this year, like, that whole abusive relationship I was in, there are 2 total people that I had ever gave one novel to, because I don't, like, I'm same, like, my non-response is the response. I tell her all the time, like, I'm even embarrassed that she has to, like, come and pick me up sometimes. Like, I've told her that.
Yeah, but I don't know why. Like,
because it's like the man, and I'm embarrassed. Like,
But I also get it because, like, I don't find it embarrassing because I know everything you've been through and like, how you, like, lost everything and your addiction, because addiction's a beast, and how, like, you're in a rebuilding.
And it was funny, like, and I like, retrospectively too, like, we were at the Maverick one night before when you found out that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I told her, and I was telling her about, like, oh, I'm using a secret credit card. My credit score went up, like, 80 points since I've been using it, and, you know, like, I'm like, now I'm, like, harrowed in on my finances. She's like, well, what's your credit score at? And I was like, oh, it's back up to 650. She's like, sir, like what? And I was like, do you not understand that I was an addict and I was pulling out loans to go drink? She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes. And I was kind of like, and I was kind of like a dick about it, but I was like, yes, I'm an addict.
He said it like that. He said it like
I'm
that.
like, yes, I'm an addict. What do you
like,
mean?
What do you mean, bitch? Like,
I'm like,
he's
yes.
Like, of course, I would have sold my soul for
Dude,
a can of Burnett.
Dude,
Like, the
yeah.
fuck?
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm a fucking addict. She's like, I didn't know. I was like, I thought it was assumed. Yes, I was literally doing whatever it took
Sir,
to go drink.
I think you should know by now. I don't assume shit. I don't assume.
But I was like,
thing.
yeah, like, well, also retrospect, like we had just started hanging out too.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I am an addict. The fuck.
And it's one of those things too, I think, where it's another, like, addiction is thrown around a lot. The word addiction is thrown around a lot too. Well, people would be like, you know, people like, for example, oh my God, I'm addicted to my vape. You know
or
what
like,
I mean? I'm addicted
the people
to...
that we hung out on, like, and she was making those jokes, like, oh, I'm a drunk, I'm an addict. And that's what...
That's why I was like...
Yeah, she did
I
that.
mentioned a comment, and I
she
was
did
like,
that
yeah.
twice. She
I
did
know,
that
and I
twice
was like,
last
that's crazy
night.
to say to somebody who's an actual... Like, that wasn't being,
and she
like,
called,
facetious.
she
I was
called
like,
it out.
I was
Yeah,
like, that's a wild-ass statement to make for someone that's actually an addict.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and that's what people, people, like, throw around, like...
They do.
Oh, I'm addicted to stuff. I'm like, I don't think...
And they get drunk and they're like, I'm an alcoholic.
It's like, no, you're not. You just don't know how to. You're at the age where you just overly drink and you can still get up and function the next day. I was at the point where I would go through a 30 rack on a Saturday night. All of them were gone. And Sunday mornings, my hangover would be so bad that they were actually withdrawals, and I would just pick up the little fucking, the little remnants. And that's what I was doing. And like, that's what addiction is. Like, if you can't function and it's not a hangover, if you're having withdrawals because you can't fucking even wake up in the morning, that is that. And I was doing that every other fucking day to the point where I was pulling out money because I would have to, like, Russian roulette my bills. I would pick one bill, and 9 times out of 10, it was my car bill. And before anything else hit, I would have to drive to an ATM and pull out the rest of my cash. So nothing else could come out. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get to work. I wouldn't be able to feed myself. I wasn't feeding myself anyways because my caloric intake was coming from beer. And that's the point where I was living at.
Yeah, like I said, I knew you had gone to like when we first I first met you, you had been very forthcoming with your addiction and all that kind of stuff. And I knew that you had gone, like, and restarted your life in a sober, like, house. Mm-hmm. And I guess it just didn't, I mean, now I understand. But at first I did not fully understand the gravity of what you meant when you said, I'm literally starting my entire life
over.
From scratch.
What you're looking at right here is everything that the TV stand, the TV, the bookcase, and these 2 tables is literally what I left my original apartment with. This is it. This was literally all I had to my name. That's it. That was literally it. Like, everything else in here is like, I had to do this shit, and just like
Mike, the plus side is, like, if you ever needed to move apartments, you could do it in half a day.
Dude, it took me 6 hours to move in. It took me 6 hours to move in. Like,
silver lining.
Fuck yeah.
We could probably, if we had the whole group come, we could probably get you moved in like 2 hours.
That's it. Because I still have all the boxes too. Like, we don't even need to go get the shit. Everything is in that closet.
Silver
Small,
lining.
compact.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Small, compact.
No, I just didn't know how bad it was, and then I was so weird.
You
tell me things. I'm like, my mind is like, I was like, I think I even made that comment to you where I was like, damn. So you were like, deep in it, and you were like, yeah.
I tried to kill myself.
Yeah,
yes,
like
because
it was bad.
It was bad. Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Now here we are, streaming in your paid apartment.
Yeah, my paid apartment. Yep.
That's good. It's a win. I mean,
yeah, it's a win.
You have to get back to the conversation about grace. Like, you have to give yourself grace and realize it's hard. It's it's a mental daily battle and struggle, and you have to choose sobriety. It's another free will. it's so easy to fall back into the same patterns and you choose
Oh, yeah.
your sobriety.
Oh yeah.
And having to retrain your brain how to deal with stressful situations and even social situations. Because
But
my brother was an alcoholic, so like when I always could tell when he was drinking. It was like a speck of liquor hit his system. I could tell.
yeah.
It's like I don't even know how to describe it. She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not even that he would like be like outlandish or say something crazy out of pocket shit. Like you can just tell in the body language and in the tone and all of it when somebody is under the influence.
And it's funny too. Well, it's not funny, but
Ironic.
I don't even know how I would even hide it because I've gone so fucking long that I don't even know how I would act if I would be overly, you know what I mean, like overly drunk, or and that's the thing. It's like even if
I think if you ever did, you'd be paranoid. I think
you think
yo,
so?
fuck yeah, I think you'd be paranoid. I think you would probably like turn your phone off and like, but then you'd also like start overthinking. You'd be like, don't turn your phone off because then she's gonna know. But then
I kind of feel like I would overcompensate. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, sometimes like paranoid, like where you like start doing the most. It's almost like
and try to like act
when
sober.
like when
Instead of acting
when I was
drunk.
younger, I remember one time I came back home and I had smoked some weed, and I was like freaking the fuck out because I was like, my mom's gonna know. She's gonna know I'm high. Like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I'm like, act sober, act sober. How do you? And then I'm thinking like, internal monologue. How do you act sober? And I'm like, okay, laugh. Don't laugh. Why are you laughing like that? Oh my god, she's fucking knows. And then I'm like, just tell her you're tired. You're going to bed. Tell her you don't feel good. And you're going to bed. And so I would go to my room. And my mom's like, oh, you're my brain's like, no, mom. Like,
yeah, because yeah, that makes a lot of sense because obviously when I was drinking, I didn't give a fuck if I was drunk or not.
Right.
So, and now that I would have to like, I guess, really keep an appearance. Yeah, that's valid. I think I would. I don't know. Because me and Tanner joke around about it all the time. Like, Mike, you need a beer. I'm like, I fucking know after the day I had. Like, we joke around about it, but it'd be like, what would I actually be like? We're not gonna test it. We're not doing it. We're not. There's a couple of small towns, and the one town that we went through, there was like literally a bar like right off the road, and everybody was getting in there. They were parking. And I was like, let's go to the bar. And she dead ass took her eyes off the fucking road. You said, no, the fuck we're not.
Dead ass looked at him. I didn't even.
Dead ass. Yeah, dead ass. And and it was like, I mean, it felt like 2 minutes, but
it was probably like a good 30 seconds.
I was like, holy shit, you're drive.
I stopped. I was driving, but I like took 30 seconds off the road to give him that mom look. Like, I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah.
If you ever say like something like that.
Say that shit to me again.
Yeah.
What's next on the next episode? What are we talking about? You have an idea yet? By the way, this is her shit. This is her shit.
Well, Mike's my co-host. Like, you're my co-host.
I'm just facilitating it because I know how to do this. But this is her shit. She's running the show.
I'm not running shit.
I'm not running shit.
All I run is my mouth.
Yeah, we know that.
On this mic.
Yeah, IRL too. Good lord.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. See. Yeah. You.
The only thing I run is my mouth.
I don't do cardio. I just run my mouth.
I do. I run my mouth too much. It's me in trouble. It's been my goal for 2020. We were talking about goals yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what's your goal? I'm like, I got asked that again today at the gym, too. What's your goal for 2026? It should be to run my mouth less because that should be getting me into trouble. And I don't even mean, I just think, I don't know. I do know, but I'm just like, I think for me, it's just like, no, never mind. I take that back because I was going to be like, maybe I should slow down and not be so transparent. Now, fuck you guys. If you don't like it, then move the fuck on. That's on God. Like, I'm sorry, but this is who I am. 34 years old. You're not going to change me.
Yeah, at this
That's
point,
what we should talk about. I know what I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about some of the lore and tea about, like, people, we'll save that. We'll because we mentioned narcissism and that whole thing in psychology. So we'll head on some narcissistic people that I've had experience with. So we want to talk about narcissism, and I'm not a therapist. I can't diagnose, but you guys can decide for yourself. That's my whole thing. Is like you guys can decide.
Then if that's what I'll talk about that situation.
Yeah, we'll compare
with that second person.
Let's compare scars. I'll tell you whose trauma is worse. Thanks, Resigans.
Yeah.
But what are you trying to say? They don't think we're funny?
Looking.
I'm fucking hilarious. I'll be laughing.
She laughs at her own
jokes.
shit all the time.
I laugh at my own jokes.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, Lani, stop being a mother for like 2 seconds. Like, just.
I'll be saying jokes, and Mike's like, and I'm just over here like dead. I'm dying. I'm like, it's so
I
good.
literally told her one time, I'm like, I'm so glad you think you're funny. Because that's all that matters at this point.
That's right. It's all that matters. As I told Mike, I was like, look, I've done lived that life. I had I birthed out 3 humans. Okay, like let me be. Like I think I'm fucking funny. Someone's gonna look at me one day, laughing at my own jokes, smashing the entire rotisserie chicken in my car, and be like, "That's bae." That right there.
That actually sounds
good.
That actually sounds low-key
That's
good.
the woman of my dreams.
My fuck-ass birthday's on a Wednesday.
So what does that have to do with anything?
I have to fucking work.
What do you mean? You can still do it. Just do it on a weekend. You can still celebrate.
It's not my birthday.
Oh my god, are you one of those people
I
that's
am. It's me. It's my day. It's my.
I have to celebrate it on the day, or it doesn't count.
The
That's
day.
crazy. I'm not. I'm like whatever, whenever. Very cash about my birthday. Like it's.
I told you. See, I do birthdays. Like, we're doing the VIP for Magnolia Park for her. I told you I'm gonna show up with a giant ass fucking cake. I'm gonna do the balloons. Like, see, because she's never had anybody do that for her. And
no, I don't.
And you know, it was funny the other day too. I was talking to one of my mods on TikTok, and I was talking about the Magnolia Park thing, and she was like, "Oh, that was so nice that you did that for her." I was like, "Because you do so much shit for other people, you don't have anybody showing up for you."
I don't really think I do a lot though.
You do so much shit because you're traumatized by it. Like, you do so much shit that you don't even realize that you're doing stuff. You just do it.
Yeah.
And for somebody like me, for somebody like Jared that don't have that, it means a lot. Like, you brought me that one fucking cookie, and I almost had a mental fucking breakdown in the gym because you're like, sir, it's just a cookie, but nobody does that shit. And so you need to do. I'm if I get to do that for you, I'm going to.
Okay.
So shut the fuck up and take it.
I'm not. Look, I'm not fighting you. I'm just saying it's not a big deal.
See,
not a big deal.
It's just so desensitized.
And then that's the other thing is people go like, "Oh, you cold-hearted bitch," and I'm like, I'm not cold-hearted. I care deeply about.
I don't think you're cold-hearted. You're just desensitized. Like, you just literally don't realize what you're doing for other people because you do it all the time.
Yeah.
So you might not think it's a big deal, but to somebody else, yeah, it's a big deal.
Type shit.
Get on my nerves.
He loves me.
Get on my fucking nerves.
As I sit in this chair and my feet don't touch the ground.
Ah, dude, dead ass.
When I do my leg curls, I'm like, no touchy.
What are you, 4'12"? 5 foot?
5'1".
Oh,
I'm 5'1". I'm too tall for disability. I've looked into it.
Shut up.
Dead ass.
What's the?
I think it's
the cutoff, I guess.
It's 4 something. 4'8". Under 4'10".
Oh damn.
Under 4'10".
3 inches.
Literally, because I remember looking at one time because I was like, I wonder if I can qualify for handicap parking.
Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm keeping that in there.
I wonder if I can kind of handicap parking, and I was like, damn, I missed it by 3 inches.
Damn.
Let me take a little bit off my kneecaps, and I'll be back.
Shrinking the fuck.
I mean, at this rate, with how I've been eating the ground on the motorcycle,
you're gonna shave off bone, yeah.
Just off my heels.
I'm dying.
I know. I hear that. All right, well, it's a good place to stop.
So we'll see you next time. Have fun. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Which is nothing. You don't leave that apartment. I had to like
It's
drag him. I had to
4:25.
drag him out of here. I know, you gotta go to work soon.
I know. Boo!